What's going on, everybody? Let's talk Fed rate decision. Powell came out today. We got the Fed rate call from him in their FOMC meeting today, and they cut by another 25 basis points, quarter point reduction. We are now at 3.75 to 3.5% for the Fed funds rate. Pretty much, it's been a while since we talked Fed on here, but this was expected. This was what everybody thought was going to happen. The more interesting part of this is kind of what he said afterwards, but just know that they have cut rates again, third time this year. We're headed in that general direction, bringing the rates back lower after the high inflation period we saw post-COVID and all the money printing and all the money injected in the economy after the pandemic and things like that. So what he said after that, though, was basically after this cut, they're in an effective pause. They are hitting timeout, and they're going to be data dependent, as they always claim to be, as they always say they're going to be. And wait and see after this. The classic, this is all you should think about when you hear anybody talk about the Fed, I guess, is it's all wait and see, which I don't think anything wrong with that, but it is what it is. As far as a news aspect of things, it's all, we make a decision, then we just wait and see it and try to judge what happened, and that's where we go. And I think that's the correct way to do things. You should make incremental changes and see how they impact things and go from there. Reassess, reevaluate, and then make a decision. They had a couple people in the committee dissent and basically say either vote no, like vote as in they don't vote at all, vote against it, or vote that they should have cut more, but it doesn't really matter. The majority says, hey, we'll cut by the quarter point, we'll go from there. They also, I don't know enough about this to really speak on it, but generally $40 billion, they're gonna, it's not necessarily quantitative easing from what I understand, but it's more like short-term injections of money through a system. I was watching a Meet Kevin video where he's explaining this Tomo system. To be honest, I don't know enough about it, but as far as I understand, it's short-term. It's nothing that really impacts any of us on a regular level. Even the Fed funds rate kind of impacts people. I mean, mortgages and loans and things like that a little bit, but a quarter point change isn't going to be make or break for the most part. We were been asking and been watching for the sense of home prices have skyrocketed, and when interest rates are really high, that mortgage goes through the roof. And as of right now, it's been coming down. I think mortgages are still somewhere around the 6.5% range on average, 6.25%, 6.5%. So biggest change in the world, not really. They were above 7 at one point, so that's good that they've come down 1%. But overall, the housing thing, and Powell spoke on this in his meeting, was that the housing thing is not going to be fixed by the Fed changing their rate. He doesn't think. He's leaning more into the supply problem, where we don't have enough homes here in the United States. We're not building enough homes. There's not enough existing supply, so the housing prices are going to stay high. So not the most optimistic thing in the world, but again, is what it is. The most interesting thing about this meeting was his outlook. Like I said, they're going to pause and kind of be waiting and seeing from here on out. But they are claiming they're prepared, depending on what the labor market does, which is the important part. I've talked about this on the channel quite a bit, is if the labor market goes to shit, they'll turn the money printer on to basically save the labor market. And Powell has come out now and said they're pretty much prepared to do that. He didn't say so explicitly, but that's basically, you read between the lines, that's what they're saying. They are trying to poise themselves to handle a labor downturn if that's what happens. We're still on soft landing track. They're trying to do soft landing. Will it happen? Will it not? It remains to be seen. We've been saying this, what is this, 3 years we're going on? 2.5 years, I guess, of soft landing, where they've been starting to slowly cut the interest rates, and we just kind of wait and hope to God that the economy doesn't break and that we can maintain some sense of normalcy, I guess. So we're going to continue to do that, and that's all I really got to say about it. There's not that much to it. Leave a like on the video if you got something out of it. Dislike it if you didn't. Like I said, it's just a Fed rate update, so not the most crucial thing in the world, but I do think it's important to pay attention and see where we go from here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.